And we're live. Welcome to Writer's Life, place where you get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life and where you get the truth about the writer's life. And where you get bad news. I'd be remiss if I wasn't to offer our old friend James Caan, Sonny. Sonny was a hothead. A bon voyage into the whatever sphere. I like James Caan a lot. Remember Rollerball? A lot of you guys don't remember Rollerball, but and he was Brian Piccolo in Brian's song, and he was in Misery. Played the writer in Misery, which was a great movie too. Anyway, he will be missed. So subscribe, punch the like button, and hit the bell for notifications. So anyway, editors, the reality. Okay, so since I've gotten home from Turkey, the two nonfiction. Well, one's a company and the other is a magazine that I work for. Have switched editors. The editors that took me on or whom I used to work with and work well with are now gone. And as a freelance writer and as a fiction writer, I can tell you from experience, when this happens, it usually spells disaster for an author like me or a writer like me, because they usually bring in their own people and they inherit you and they're like, you're not my person. I know other people I'd rather work with. So in my case, almost 100% of the time in my 23-year full-time career, anytime a publication, be it Dell Publishing in Manhattan in the Bertelsmann building, to even the smallest press, to Global Spec. Remember, I used to work for Global Spec. I used to write construction and engineering, or rather construction and architecture articles for them. And now another organization I work for, and a magazine, have changed their editors, and I'm curious as to what's going to happen. But what I'm getting at is, like, every time from Dell 23 years ago onwards, every time an editor switched up, I was gone. It's just like, that's it. I will say at Thomas & Mercer, I did 9 books with them, and I did not have the same editor I had the same editor because they took on like 5 books at once. So I had that was one editor. But then for the rest of them, I had a different editor for each. And the editor I had for my final book, When Shadows Come, I hate that title. I can't wait to get the rights back to it and change it back to what it used to be. But anyway, when I was working on that book with them, the editor left during the editing process, and I was like, okay, this book is finished before it even starts. That's called being orphaned in the business. If your editor takes off, your book's screwed, because there's nobody else wants to take it on, nobody else is interested in it, or they would have bought it, or they would have been part of the team. Oh, and I'm wrong, actually. Another editor left also since I've been back from Turkey. This one's a tragedy, though. It was the editor for Suspense Magazine and Suspense Publishing. She died. She passed away. So, the hits, they just keep on coming. And anyway, it's terrible for her family and whatever, because whatever. So, I'm kind of in a little bit of limbo here. Am I going to be working for these 2 publications anymore? Will my book that I contracted with, will that actually be coming out, or will it be pushed off till next year, or not at all? These are the things that happen when editors go, and believe me, they nothing in this business is ever permanent. Nothing. So in the meantime, I just crank out the fiction and make money that way. But that's the reality of editors in this business. It's not. It's always something. It's never like, oh, I got a contract, I got my advance. Life's gonna be just beautiful. I'm gonna be famous, rich. Live the life. Something always goes wrong. Something always gets messed up. And in this case, it's the editor who is either pulled an Elvis and left the building, or just left this planet altogether. All right, again, sad to see Jimmy Caan has passed, but he left us with a great library of films we can go back and watch. All right, I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. And ciao, ciao.